morning, good afternoon, good evening, people. You're back again with Talk Football. We got Josh and we got Flo joining with us today. Wonderful to see you boys. I myself is Anthony CFC, joining from a galaxy far, far away. As you can see in my background, it is what it is, as I say all the time. So, hey Josh, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. Coming live and exclusive from the cockpit of my car after work. So this is professional standards right here, and I can't wait to get into it. So let's go. Let's hook in.
Excellent. Hey Flo, how has it been? I believe you must be a happy person. Not many games these days for Arsenal. I'm happy because Chelsea is playing much games as well. So yeah.
No, I'm missing the football like terribly. Like I do miss the football. I do miss the weekend bars. I do miss the stress sometimes. Not the stress, but just the palpitation of the games coming up and all the banter goes along with that.
Mm.
No, I do miss it. No, but all in all, we all good. Happy to be here. We all in good health. Thanks for that. And I'm in my own metaverse at the moment.
That's true. That's true. Seems like Josh would be a happy Manchester United fan next week when Frankie De Jong signs for them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know where to sort of rate this transfer. I mean, I'd love him to come in, like him and Donny and Bruno, or potentially Sancho in that midfield three. They all do that. Yeah, I could see a big spine coming there, but until he's there holding up the shirt, I'm being very pessimistic about how much change has actually happened here. So we'll see, and then we'll move on from there.
How about you, Flo? Excited about the transfers? It's going from Gabriel Jesus to somebody called Skamaka. I'm not going to profess that I know about him, to be honest, but it's a strange one with Arsenal, isn't it? Because you got apparently Chelsea trying to bid for Gabriel Jesus as well, which is a bit strange. But yeah, how are you feeling about these transfer news coming up?
With the transfer news with regards to Arsenal is the strategic plan has changed now from the Champions League, where the way we would have the behavior of Arsenal Football Club behave with a Champions League qualification and UEFA Cup qualification. So Jesus now he's playing. I mean, maybe not Jesus himself, probably his agent. He's shipping around, and Man
Hmm.
City obviously putting Gabriel Jesus on the sale market, like for other clubs to raise as many million as they can and sell him. He's gonna go definitely.
Yeah.
Arsenal, I believe that if he would have been in the Champions League, would have probably this deal would have been closed already. But the fact that we are not in the Champions League, so we're giving them a chance to basically for other clubs to shop around. Because now that I'm hearing links with Real Madrid, Juventus, Chelsea, Tottenham, there's a numerous of top clubs who can offer Champions League. But at the same time, one thing we got to take in consideration for this transfer, especially because it's a unique season. We never had a World Cup in November.
No.
So players wants to play. Whether it's Champions League or not, they want to play that World Cup. That World Cup is probably priority over the league to any players. Like that's for sure. I can tell you that. Every international player right now who's playing the World Cup, that's the priority. And they want to have game. They want to win the World Cup. They all want to win the World Cup. And if he can get some minutes, and we offering that, we're giving him the number 9 shirt. So that he'd be the number 1 priority. So he'd be having games. So that's what we can offer him.
Chelsea can offer that as well.
Chelsea, no, but the thing is, with Chelsea, Lukaku is not going to be an easy sell either, Avanta. That's like will materialize. It might materialize towards the end of the transfers, and it's not going to be a big enough. So because of that weight can kind of like put pressure on Jesus, because maybe he might want to join Chelsea, but because of that, he don't want to be. He don't want that stress. I don't think that Jesus wants that stress.
So I think Arsenal have a better chance than most other teams because he's looking for minutes. Arsenal have minutes available.
Yeah.
And from what I was hearing, he's not super stressed about where the team are as long as they're sort of in that any of the European competitions where the spotlight's still there in some way. Because he's basically, from what I understand, he's sick of being second fiddle and going around the front three and then being benched. Like you have a big open hole there where you can have Gabriel Jesus as your striker, the number one guy, and he can rotate it out with Nketiah every now and again. So it just depends on who he's looking for. But because you look at Tottenham, they got Kane. You look at Chelsea, there depends on what's happening with Lukaku. It depends. Havertz plays there occasionally, or they might be looking for someone else. And really, there's no one else. United aren't going to go in for him. And apart from Madrid, he'll be second fiddle to Benzema. So, I think you guys are probably the best choice for him at the moment. And you're likely to get him, I think.
Let me just say this as well, because I don't think that people speak about this often. What happened to Gabriel Jesus, really? He was insulted. For me, I feel like he's been insulted. Like saying City that they won the league without a number 9. I'm Gabriel Jesus. I'm sorry. Excuse me, am I not included? Where am I? Like, I'm the number 9 for the club at the end of the day. Like,
that's where it gets difficult.
And
I kind of agree with that, to be honest.
No, because I'm a number 9. Like when I'm on my youth level, I used to be a number 9, and you can't tell that. That's the most offensive thing as a number 9. So I don't think that Jesus. I mean, if I'm Gabriel, I'd be mad when I'm hearing the media, the pundits, that Pep is what Pep is doing. That he doesn't need a number 9. Like you don't need a number 9 in a team. Like like you don't hear that. Like that's untraditional.
Yeah.
And
that's why he's on his way out.
And then he go on and sign Haaland.
Alvarez coming back as well. Like there's not much room for him, but he was there in the number 9, the classic striker role. But then he got left wing, right wing. A couple of times he was sort of like a false 9-ish kind of role. Like it's very hard for him to cement a place now, especially that Haaland's coming in and they're going to look at rotating. Obviously, City going to look at rotating. So. Big up to him though for leaving or wanting to leave City because he could just sit there and accumulate. He could sit there and accumulate trophies, but may never get a Champions League. So if he's looking for putting himself in the shop window, and even bigger up to him if he gets Arsenal back up to title winning. Like they need that. They need that guy who can put those goals away because the lack of goals was your biggest problem this year, I think.
Yeah, I think he just want to prove himself as well because for the Brazil team. He's second to Richarlison. Richarlison is the number 9 for Brazil over Gabriel Jesus, who's played for Man City.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
does that say something about Gabriel Jesus, or does that say something about Richarlison?
This is it as well. I mean, now Mikel knows him. Mikel Arteta knows him. They work together. They play. They know each other. So I'm sure he knows his pros and his cons and what he can develop and what he cannot develop. So the fact that at the same time Arsenal went for a striker just now, not long ago, for the Italian striker.
Vlahovic.
No, Staccaccio. The Italian.
I think I remember. Yeah.
He's about 6'4". They've rejected a bid of 36 million. I mean, that's the Arsenal bid.
Scamacca.
That's the one.
Scamacca, yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
So, I mean, as Arteta, we don't know what he wants really because he wants Gabriel Jesus, but that doesn't fit his plan because he went for a tall striker over January for Vlahovic, and now he's going for a shorter striker who is 5'8" or 5'9". You understand?
5'8".
Yeah, 5'8". He's a small guy, like very small guy. So
5'8" is average.
And the strategy, what Arteta wants, I believe that what he wanted ideally, if he could have achieved to get Vlahovic, is a tall striker, a 6'2", so a traditional striker who's just going to go for the head, who's going to be a traditional number 9. And we don't know. I think this summer is going to be tricky. People will make mistakes. I think clubs will make mistakes. Will have too much expectation, or players who's been transferred will have too much expectation. Because do not forget, people don't have that much money as well. And clubs are going and stretching themselves. If they can save $1 million, they'll save that $1 million.
Yeah. So I think Arsenal. Well, sorry, I'll just say quickly. I think that.
Oh no, take your time, Josh.
I think Arsenal, out of, I guess you can say, the top 6, have the most important transfer window ahead of them. Like, we know that Conte is going to get reinforcements. Now, it's literally down to Arsenal to, because I'm writing United off for this coming season, just so you know. Like, if they can get De Jong, whoever, like, that is what it is. But I think Arsenal
you can never
having
write
jumped.
United. You can never write.
No. But I'm not cancelling the year. But it's like, this is a complete overhaul that's needed. So it's sort of like I'm expecting good, but I'm not. I'm lowering my own bar of what to expect, so I'm not upset, if that makes sense.
But what United is doing is what Arsenal went through last year, like a full reshufflement.
Yeah, but then we're neck and neck with our reprogression with Oli and Arteta, but that just turned out to be a fallacy. But I think Arsenal need to get themselves a striker that's going to get them goals, because it's guaranteed that now that who's going into Tottenham now? What's that guy? Not Perisic. The Italian Perisic. Yeah, Perisic is in there now. You can guarantee he's probably going to get another wing back type player. So that's going to be a Conte team. Yeah, reunite the band. Yep, absolutely. So I think the onus is on Arsenal and the board to actually try and stay level, if not go a little bit ahead of Tottenham, because they missed out by that much, and they need those reinforcements to step it up and at least go toe to toe with Tottenham next year. Because I think it's going to be the same top 4 next year as it was last season. So
I think there's going to be a massive battle over this summer between United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea. Chelsea is going to be crazy summer. God knows.
It's going to be good to see.
I mean,
all right, I think we have content. Oh, sorry. Yep.
I mean, this brings us to why we are here today with our stream. So, from Chelsea's point of view, to be honest, I don't know what is going to happen, but I'm just optimistic about whatever it is. However, why we are here is we're going to build a team upon last year's transfers. As always, one player per team, and we are only filling out the starting 11 because not a lot of transfers did that great last season.
No.
That was just my opinion. So so the rules are simple: one player per team, and that's basically it. One player per team. You can choose from all 20 teams, and we are picking a Premier League starting 11 out of the transfers last season. I am adding a disclaimer right now. There won't be any Chelsea players in this team because both of them suck.
I may have one foot. How about
understatement?
You can say that when it's time, Flo.
Okay? Yeah, we've got to get up the team builder chart and all that. So
So we got the team builder chart. So I'm going to go to you, Josh, first.
Yes.
Goalkeeper, or whichever position you like to start, you can start off with.
Okay.
You can choose to be strategic. You can start off to be strategic, or I don't know. I leave it up to you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with goalkeeper. There really were only 2 notable performers for goalkeepers in the transfers, and that's Aaron Ramsdale. He was immense for Arsenal this season, and the other one was Jose Sarr for Wolves. I feel like they were the 2 best performing, so it just makes it difficult because even though Ramsdale performed well for Arsenal, I don't know, he was still up and down throughout the period of the season. So Arsenal
was great throughout. He just had to
he was great.
Just towards the end, he was not the wow goalkeeper, but I think he put up some saves that which are like photo shoot.
he did at the same time, but at the same time, there was also, even though you still conceded more goals than last year or last season.
But we had a
this
period
season,
about we had the best defense. The less goal conceded back in December, in Christmas.
that doesn't mean anything at the end of the year, though.
Yeah, but the season started in August, isn't it?
Yeah, but this December.
Yeah, but it counts as the whole season, though.
But for the entire season, like I don't have the actual numbers on me, but who had more goals against them? Was it Wolves or?
So basically, I was going to put in some context. So Arsenal has conceded 48 goals, and Wolves have conceded 43 goals.
Okay, but stat doesn't do justice at the same time, because I'm going to give it to that's my personal opinion. I know your one on this, Josh.
Yeah,
Ramsdale, he was against the odd. The whole media was.
He cost 30 million.
Why did Arsenal went for Ramsdale when they could have got Foster, or when they could have got the guy from Middlesbrough? There was so much like blah blah over it. He started with Leno. Leno is a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale. What we're doing that? What's our future? And without knowing, the first 3 games, we lost the first 3 games. Bam, that was calamity. And suddenly we just picked up, and he picked up the crowd. He gave a night. I think he's good. Like what he has done for the club off the pitch.
Oh yeah.
The pitch.
To be
and
fair,
for the fans, he has lifted the club. I mean, he lifted the club so much. To be fair, probably out of everybody in the team, he lifted the club, and we were in a situation where we were not happy. We're still not happy, but at least he gave us a smile.
So I'm not denying that.
To be fair to Flo as well, Josh. Out of that 48 something odd goals conceded, you have to take off the first 3 matches as well, because Ramsdale.
Oh yeah, that's right. The first 3 matches didn't happen, did they? No.
He didn't play as well.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Arsenal narrative that the season didn't start till game week 4.
Exactly,
the fans were belting that out.
Yeah, but then in actuality as well, where Ramsdale actually didn't play that first.
How many clean sheet?
I am checking. All right. I am checking.
Arsenal fans, mate.
Jesus, bro.
I think for me, I think he's good. Even for England, he's good. Like he lifted some. He gave some. There's something about him. Like there's an aura about him. So
look, I'm not denying it. He had an immense season. Like I wouldn't have suggested him as one of my options if I thought it was Jose Sarr, because it's just he's lifted Arsenal, but at the same time, even if you write off those first 3 games, it's still thereabouts the same as the season before. While the team has technically improved, it's just hard, because I feel like
I think you guys are giving a chance to.
Oh right, okay.
Watford, you're comparing Watford goalkeeper to the Arsenal one. Come on.
No, Wolves goal.
Wolves. Sorry.
Yeah. So Jose Sarr has 11 clean sheets. Aaron Ramsdale has 12 clean sheets.
Head to head.
Look, it's all very even. I was going to say Ramsdale, and
you also understand if Josh chooses Ramsdale, there is no other Arsenal player that can go into this team as well.
Yeah,
I'm fine with this, because I think on the personal level, I would not choose any other person than Ramsdale.
I'm just letting you know.
Some people say there could be a shout for Odegaard. He had a decent year, but I don't think he performed at the same level as Ramsdale. But I just put Jose Sarr there because I feel like he, coming straight into Wolves and just performing from the off. Like I thought he had a great season as well. There's no narratives here. It kind of reminds me of David De Gea, so there's a little bit of a soft spot there. But
what's the pressure that Salah has and compared to Ramsdale? The pressure's like it's uncomparable. So the
Yes, but
narrative are
Wolves.
completely different. Like, you know, like you're talking about the pressure of Ronaldo and the pressure of Wolves striker. You can't.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a similar. It's sort of a debate where it's like Wolves.
Jesus Christ.
They're in that same tier where it's just like
Less pressure.
every game, less pressure, but every game is difficult because they make it difficult for themselves with the way they play. So there's constant pressure there, but in a different way. Now, I was going to say Ramsdale anyway. Just I wanted to have an honourable mention for Saar because he's been immense as well. And I'm not trying to say he's better or
No,
whatever, but
Jose
yeah,
Sa
it's
has
just
been really good. I really like
he's
Jose
been
Sa
he's
as
been
well.
he's been out of the transfers. He's been
No,
well.
he's
You
been
saw the
good.
stats
He's
there.
been,
They're
amazing.
near enough the same. They're near enough the same stats anyway. So they both performed on a similar level. But I'm just giving it to Ramsdale because from when he came in, he's just been better for Arsenal than Salah was for Wolves because Wolves is a victim of circumstance. So
Yes.
we'll put Aaron Ramsdale as the goalkeeper in this one, and that'll write off any other Arsenal players, which you'll seem happy with. So
At least
and
I can live in
and
peace.
by the way, we have just started this off, and we already have disagreements with regards to the goalkeeper.
there wasn't a
No,
disagreement on my end. I was
I
just
think we
throwing
both like.
suggestions
No,
out there,
no,
you know.
I agree with that. I agree with the Wolves goalkeeper. He's been brilliant. I don't disagree with that because he's been wow what he done for
Yeah,
Wolves. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but absolutely. So I can't
right.
deny it. It's not. I can't be biased just for Ramsdale because he's my keeper.
Mhm. Right, no, that's fine. So now it's your choice, Flo. Who are you? Which position and what player are you thinking of putting in?
I'll go for right back, and that is Reece James.
No. It has to be
The
transfers.
Oh, transfer. Oh, yes.
players from transfers. Yeah. Oh, we've silenced
No,
Flo.
you know what? Who? You know, left back. You know
Okay,
who?
left back.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Brighton left back.
Kukurea.
Kukurea, yeah.
Yes.
I had him down as one of mine. That's brilliant. Well done.
Yeah, that was actually very good. I was actually thinking about Kukurea as well.
Because
Yeah,
I would pick him. I think this boy got the chance to get into any top 4 team.
Yeah.
Very good.
He is really good. You know, like he's the way he plays. There's something about him. I love it.
Very
But like,
good.
I mean, considering Brighton had another average season, he was probably the standout. I think
He was amazing.
he just I couldn't believe how well he did.
Even the other right back, Lamptey.
Tariq Lamptey.
Tariq Lamptey, yeah.
Brighton always perform for some reason. They always got players. Basuma, they got some good players. Like that's a good revenue for them. 30-40 million packages.
Oh yeah, they're not going anywhere. They're not going to get relegated anytime soon. But they're happy enough to sort of just hover around that mid to sort of lower upper table area, like that sort of 10th or 8th to 12th region.
Yeah,
if that's where they constantly are. So yeah, it's good stuff. That's a fair shout.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
My shout for right back, because I can't think of many other right backs who has actually done much in the Premier League. It's a toss-up between Tino Livramento or Kieran Trippier, to be honest.
Oh.
But you know what's weird about that? They had similar seasons. They both performed well, but were injured.
Yeah. But out of the transfers, those are the only
half
two.
a season though.
Yeah, but Tino is the same thing. He got injured and he missed most of the season as well. But I was thinking I'm going to give it to Kieran Trippier because he came into that Newcastle team as one of those types of transfers. Did something great for them, got injured, then came back. I think he just came out of his comfort zone into that team and did something in there. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, no, I was going to say Livramento because I think he performed better overall, but again, Trippier was just an inspired piece. It was Newcastle's what do you call them? The marquee signing. He's just basically that was their first signing statement of intent for moving forward.
Yeah,
Well,
the
I think he
media
got a
was
couple.
amazing.
I think he got a goal and a couple of assists before he got injured, and then it sort of just drifted off after that. So,
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I think Livramento, he was in everybody's fantasy league, so well deserved it.
Yeah, exactly.
Trippier is gonna go in there.
He was a spotlight signing. He was because we talk about Saudi, it's not like any other countries. He was buying a car.
No, exactly.
So yeah, so Kieran Trippier goes in. So Josh, centre backs.
Well, I'm actually going to move into midfield if we can pick any position because I've got one that I want to. I actually have one that I want to put right in the middle there, even though it's a 4-3-3. And this guy, I think he was a mid-season signing and masterstroke from the team that bought him in. I want to say Christian Eriksen at Brentford.
Yeah,
I want to put him.
Man. Well done.
Like that for me was probably he was easily because he came in January, didn't he? He was only there for the 6-month period at Brentford. I don't think he was there all year.
6 months period.
I think he got that before that. He was released by Inter before he was a free agent. So I think he just got that before Jan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, similar period of time, but yeah, he was immense. He basically lifted Brentford again after they're sort of, I guess, fading away. They'll sort of just. It was like a second wind when you're tired and that you sort of start to fall asleep and then that second wind comes through. That's what Eriksen was for Brentford. They were sort of struggling for results a little bit there, and it looked like they were going to start dropping down the table. But he came in and he basically molded that midfield together and gave them all that creativity they needed. And
he was amazing. He was a missing piece in the puzzle.
What a comeback for him as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the whole heart attack and pacemaker after the Euros, I just thought, and it was such a shame that he couldn't go back to where was he? Inter, and it's just a shame he couldn't go back and play there. But they have laws and rules that they can't do this in the Italian league. So, big up to Brentford bringing him back, and now he's on big club radar again. United linked, Tottenham linked again. So he performed immensely, and yeah. My story of the year for the Premier League, despite results. But
100%. Agree.
Yeah, 100%.
Flo.
All right. Well, I'll move it on to Flo.
All right. This one, centre back, is going to be controversial one. Huh? This is going to be controversial. I'm waiting for this because we don't have much choice, and we cannot. And I don't think anyone would pick anyone from United. And now I'm about to pick one.
Nope.
Oh,
what? Wait, no, you're going to go Harry Maguire, aren't you? No, I'm kidding. You're going Varane? Oh, come on.
Because
he had a shit season.
He had a crap season, but I can't think of anyone because those are the players that we need that I could think of. I need them up front. So.
Let me give you a couple more. Guehi at Palace.
That's what I was
Konate at Liverpool.
Who?
Konate. You bring Konate.
You know what? Konate. 100%. Well, but the thing we can't. Yeah, you know what? Konate. Like, there's no word about it.
Right. That means no Luis Diaz.
Yes.
But you know what? I think Konate was more instrumental than Luis Diaz.
Yes. I don't know. I think so.
It came and went in different droves because Liverpool still conceded a fair few goals in a few games. That there was lots of 2-3 and 4-3 sort of game, or a few 4-3 games and stuff like that they played. So it was more just I think Konate was better. He played immense when he did, but I think it was that defensive depth that helped Liverpool throughout the season to rotate. And between injuries and whatever else, he's bolted. Yeah, so, absolutely.
So
20. Yeah.
What is your choice, Konate or Varane?
Oh yeah, Konate, like 1,000 times any day.
Okay then. All right.
And I would
Konate
choose
then.
him. Even I would choose him over Diaz.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
that's fair enough. Fair enough. I believe it is my choice now, and I'm gonna go
Yes,
to
go for it.
the other player that you guys mentioned, Mark Gurhey, because I believe he actually. Am I gonna
No,
select Mark Gurhey?
I can't think
Hmm.
of many other. I can't think of many other centre backs that really came in that actually
Tottenham,
had a decent time.
Tottenham Romeo.
Romero was good, but I don't think. I think I'm
I
gonna
don't think it was
pick Kurt.
available enough.
I think
Because
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
pick
watched enough of him, but I know from
Kurt
Tottenham's
Zuma.
fan, they all love him.
Zuma.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that guy.
I'm gonna pick Kurt Zuma.
Until he kicked the cat.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have an
Yeah.
agenda as to why I'm doing it. But I'm gonna pick Zuma.
You know what? He's a top draw. I always
He's
liked
a
him.
very very good defender. We could have used him right about now, to be honest.
Yeah,
Nonsense.
he would have been amazing for Chelsea.
Yeah.
We live and we
And
live
even
by the sword
United.
and we die by the sword. It is
Yeah.
what it is, I guess.
100% agreed.
Yeah. Coming back to you, Josh.
Yes. Oh, what have we got? Okay, I'm just want to get something out there. In the forwards, can we have like hypothetically 3 strikers, or do we need to have set wingers on the left and
It doesn't
right?
matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's just a hypothetical team anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to
Gabriel
go
Jesus,
into midfield.
to be honest, Gabriel Jesus doesn't play a striker role in Man City. He plays like left wing, right wing striker anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go midfield again. So there's a few of them came in. I mean, Newcastle's already been taken, hasn't it, with Trippier? Because I
Yeah.
was going to say Bruno Guimaraes. Like he
Oh
was
my gosh,
immense for
shit.
Newcastle,
Fantastic.
but that's
Fantastic.
taken. So I'm actually going to go another mid-season signing. Rodrigo Bentancur
Right.
Yeah.
for
That was
Tottenham. He transformed that Tottenham team exactly when they needed it. Much like, I guess you could say, I don't know,
Are you gonna go with
Ramsdale or Ericsson.
Bentancur or
Yeah, I'll go.
Kulusevski? Who would you choose?
No, I'm gonna go Bentancur. I think Kulusevski was immense, but I think is he a forward?
he's a winger, no?
He's a
The
winger.
winger, yeah. But no,
No,
I'll
I'm
go
just
with
saying
Bentancur because
there
I have an
there is
agenda.
no other. Right. Okay. Good. I was thinking that
So
might
yeah,
be the reason why.
I couldn't believe how I think he'd been shipped out on loan a couple of times and then really nailed down a spot at his former club, and he's just blown it away at Tottenham. So really big up to the guy. He's performed very very well to this half
I
season.
agree.
So yeah.
I agree. So Flo, we got one midfielder and 3 forward roles that you can pick either of.
Mm-hmm.
I would count on midfield. I got a bit of battle between Douglas Costa.
Douglas Costa. Who?
What?
Douglas Costa does what?
Who did he
Aston
come
Villa.
into? Was it Costa?
The
Did
Brazilian
he come
guy.
into Villa? Or are you
Brazilian
talking
guy.
about Coutinho?
Philippe Coutinho.
Philippe Coutinho. Well, I'm talking about Douglas Costa. Philippe Coutinho. I don't know why I had him.
It's all right. It's okay. It's early. We won't blame you.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, Philippe Coutinho.
Any shouts for Conor Gallagher, by the way?
He's there. He's up there to be there because he deserved to be there. To be fair.
No, we can't because the other Palace guy's in there.
No, there is no
Guahi
Palace
India.
guys.
No. Twisted's crying in the background.
Maybe that's why I didn't put Gurhey in there.
Ooh, agendas.
I think you're right. I think Conor Gallagher,
Gallagher deserves it.
I think he does over Coutinho.
Yeah, he's immense. Yeah, I go for yeah. I think you guys are right on that.
Just look what he did in that team, though. I mean,
he was brilliant.
Wasn't he their player of the year or something? I'm not. Yeah. So I mean, you can't really say much against that, I guess. But yeah, but no. But both good shouts though. Coutinho sort of was up and down in the end, but
And that was my shout for a Chelsea player to go in. That was my agenda. I somehow got it in.
Big Rom. Oh wait, no, sorry. Yeah, Chelsea loanee. All right. Yep. Oh. That's a weak link.
It's still Chelsea, made in Chelsea.
Yeah.
Came back to us.
Oh,
That's like me saying I'm a British man because I'm from the motherland via my lineage. That's a loose ass link, mate.
We got to take what we somehow, we got to take however way we can take it, because this is
fair enough. Chelsea agent. Yeah.
I believe it's my choice now, and I'm gonna go for striker.
Ooh. I bet I know who you're saying.
Not many strikers that came into the Premier League did that well, isn't it? Odson Edouard.
Yeah.
You got Patson Daka.
I think abominable.
Yeah. He thought he was on freaking loan, which turned out to be. Oh yeah, that was Maxwell Cornet. Yeah, Maxwell.
Oh yeah, he thought it. He
thought he was on loan, which actually wasn't. What a funny guy that was. But
that was great.
I don't know what you guys think. Armando Broja.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I like him, but I don't know if he's big enough to be named to have the number 9 position now. I don't know.
The agendas are running deep. You and your Chelsea shit, mate. How did he get in over CR7? Come on!
Edouard is
not bad as
well. I forgot Cristiano Ronaldo.
Emmanuel Dennis?
Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, done. I forgot.
You're having I see what you're doing here. You're just trying to rile us up.
No.
I forgot. Ronaldo deserves it. Ronaldo goes
he
up
does.
front.
He does.
I forgot.
He got to be there.
Mate, I was about to jump through this goddamn screen. I'm telling you.
He's got to be there. The guy.
It's on.
The guy scored. He's the only one scoring.
Yeah, I mean,
he saved United literally from calamity.
Well, like what? He was fourth highest, wasn't he? No, third highest goal scorer behind Son and Salah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
at 37.
So,
come on.
At 37,
and being wrong
in a team that is G-rated word crap. That goes my selection.
But now we have come into the last 2 selections.
Yes.
We'll also pick a manager as well for this team from whoever new managers that came in. Josh, only 2 positions left. Who are you choosing?
Oh, who have I not selected? God,
So who do you have now? So Liverpool done. City, nobody from City yet, no?
No.
Jack Grealish.
Nobody from Chelsea.
Jack Grealish going to be there.
No.
He's not going to be there. What did he do?
Please.
He didn't do anything.
Okay, he's in the shout out.
There is no shout.
Actually, I'm gonna go something. Pig Pat. We'll get there. No, we already got a Palace guy in there, or does it not matter with the manager?
It doesn't. It matters with the manager as well. We got to select somebody who is not in this team that was selected anyway. So,
okay, well that couldn't. Alrighty. Well,
no, I think for manager, there's not many managers left who came this year. So I think for that one, we can make an exception. No.
Yeah. I think that's fair enough because
I got a manager in mind.
I've got a manager in mind too.
I think we all probably have the same.
Let's see.
Mine actually doubles up with the team that's already on there, so it doesn't work in that regard. But I know who I'm going to say.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, So considering considering
we
you
can
said
have other strikers as well if you're thinking about another
yeah,
striker.
yeah.
We
Well,
can
this
have
is what I'm
another
saying
striker
because
as well.
when it came to wingers, we've pretty much gone through the teams where wingers or right midfielders, left midfielders have sort of performed. Because like I was hoping, honestly, like with Villa, I was hoping that Bailey or Buendia had a good season, but that was no dice. But
No.
an outside shout, even though they went down, I actually want to say Emmanuel Dennis.
Yeah.
From Watford. Like I think
he performed well.
he performed quite well. He didn't get great numbers in the end, but he out of what's left, I think he performed quite well in a team that was crap and going down. I think he deserves a better team than Watford. So yeah, I think Emmanuel Dennis. I think he came from not Club Brugge. Yeah.
I think so.
So coming straight. Well, I'll just say one of those sort of B, C tier leagues, and coming in and putting in a good performance in a crap team that was going down.
Yeah.
I think he deserves that spot. So it was either that or Damari Gray, but he was shit at Everton. So
I don't think Damari Gray was that shit at Everton because 1.2 million, not bad for 1.2 million.
well, yeah, but I mean, we're still looking at performances over transfer fees, though. That's the thing.
Oh no, he did score a few goals.
Yeah.
I think you might remember one of the goals he scored as well, Josh. So
don't start me on this shit again. I'm going to go in on this club if you don't stop. 10-minute monologue.
But the last choice, Flo.
My ideal choice would have been the very hard. I don't like even to mention that, but I think he deserved a shout out. Would have been the Tottenham winger.
Kulusevski.
Yeah.
Kulusevski, yeah.
Because because we already selected someone from Tottenham already, so we can't. I cannot choose him. But that would have been my choice.
That would have been a great shout as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it was hard because I had a lot of others, but it was hard because they both performed really well. So
from a winger perspective, I cannot find anyone, so I will go more between a striker and my two. The one I don't know who probably Broja excite me more than Edouard. But I like Edouard as well. But I think Broja's got something. I like his height. I like his fighting spirit. So again, a Chelsea academy player, but I think I'll go for him.
You see this big smile on my face?
My agenda to get rid of Broja just came and bit me in the frickin' ass. Thanks a lot. Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. You and your bloody good. Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, who would you have?
It'll be the Chelsea golden generation.
What option would you give for the last one, considering what we have?
Damari Gray, Jack Grealish.
No, Jack Grealish.
I'm just saying that they were transfers. It's up to you whether you think they did well or not.
To be honest, I would have also considered that guy Maxwell Corney.
He was okay. Yeah.
Damari Gray is not bad. He was amazing for Everton.
No, now it's done, bro. Yeah, it's chosen.
No. This is just food for thought.
No.
Like this.
No.
No, just Damari Gray. He stepped up against the bigger teams. What did Broja do?
To be fair, I think Damari Gray deserved it over Broja because he was only because without Richarlison, without Calvin Lewis, he was holding.
Cavallon,
he was £8 million transfer. I think he was, or £3 million transfer.
1.2.
1.2. Come on, like he deserved. Oh yeah,
Broja was free.
Definitely.
Okay. No. I'm not doing this.
This is a democracy. We have a 2-1 vote.
This is like we gotta make the right decision at the end of the day between like Broja or Damari Gray. Damari Gray wins all day.
Let's go.
Broja did well, but I think Damari Gray has it. over him slightly.
The guy, Damari Gray, lifted the team by himself. He was by himself.
What
But
team?
Everton,
They were
no
in
one respects.
relegation. What lifting the team?
No, but he was the only signing that who done something about it. Because look at the fiasco they had. They had Digne gone. They had Benitez gone. Lampard came in. It's not easy. This was a hard season for Everton. And
Damari Gray, 34 games, 5 goals, 4 assists. That's it.
Okay.
Right?
That's not too bad. You'll probably find that those are against the big clubs.
That's not too bad as well. Amanda Broha, 30 appearances, but most of it as substitutes. 6 goals.
How many assists?
Damari Gray. I give in. That's
No, good shot. Yeah, that he deserves to be there.
all right. Okay, Damari Gray. Fuck. That's all.
You're gonna give him the crap one.
Just to point out, Twisted, I wanted to get Conor Gallagher in. I put in Zuma. So I could get Conor Gallagher in there. Gumaresh cannot go in the team because we selected Kieran Trippier. Kulusevski couldn't go in because Josh had an agenda and put Bentancur in the team.
I
That's
did.
the whole story. But yeah. So the manager, I believe this is my shout. I was actually hoping that Amanda Broha made the team so I can make this choice, but I can't do it now that Damari Gray is in the team, so that's out of the window. But I was thinking of going with Bruno Lage as the manager.
Yeah. Okay.
Because no other player, no Wolves players in this team. We can't select Antonio Conte. Certainly can't select Ralf Rangnick.
What about Michael Carrick? He was undefeated.
Yeah, but then Ronaldo is in there.
Yeah.
Carrick's no longer at United though, so technically we could.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm just trying to get. Agendas run high. It's okay.
But yeah, no, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just thinking, Joe, like this guy. If Jose Sa went in, there was no choice. This guy would get a shout. But I think Bruno Lage has done quite well.
Done really well.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's pretty much finished in the same sort of region that Nuno did. So
Nuno did, yeah.
They haven't really gone backwards. They haven't progressed, and they've stayed the same. So that's what you could hope for with the new manager coming in. I mean, obviously you hope for higher, but with Wolves, they achieve where they roughly deserve to be. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they haven't spent that much this year.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing.
Like the points are Leicester City 52 points and in 8th place, Brighton 51 points in 9th place, Wolves finished 10th with 51 points, exact same, Newcastle 49 points, and Crystal Palace 48 points. I would have probably given it to Big Pat if Conor Gallagher wasn't in the team as well. Like that would have been one of my preferences. I'm certainly not giving it to Steven Gerrard because useless.
I think Eddie Howe would have been a good shout, though. If Trippier wasn't in there, I would have said Eddie Howe would have been probably my choice.
No, Jesse Marsh.
Yeah, he's good as well.
Amazing. No, but I think
he did a good. Jesse Marsh did an incredible job, though. Like given the time he had left to just save them, I think big up to him. But his body of work needs to be next year.
Yeah,
you know what? I think this year. There's no managers left who did not perform because they all left.
Yes.
Everyone who remained performed, more or less.
That's usually how it goes. If you don't perform, you're gone.
Nuno left.
Just saying. Logic.
No, not because you may have
Sorry,
managers
Flo.
that who did not perform. Like, because let's say example,
Yeah.
Arteta, if he did not come 8 this season, you know that he's going to be sacked at the end of the year. Like Ranić, he was like I don't even know why he's.
Ragnick wasn't sacked. Ragnick just took another job.
Yeah, and he didn't want the consultancy job. That was weird. Does no one understand what?
Oh, that was. I don't know what the hell's going on with them, but yeah. Anyway, we'll feel cut off the banter before it starts. Let's get.
Yeah,
but are we?
I think there's one issue at the moment because a lot of people are banting Arsenal and the fact that
I never banned Arsenal.
No, and United that deserve the banting a lot more than Arsenal right now.
Oh,
and they're getting away because we got battered on the last day.
See, that's the thing. League. United, the difference between Arsenal and United, and why you get bantered a lot more than United for the season that you guys had, right? Is because United
was never in the Reds.
No, but as a team, they accepted it.
Well, the thing I find is that I think it got to a point where, as much as I hate to say it, I think it got to a point where people started feeling sorry for United.
Yeah.
Just because of how down they went.
I don't feel sorry.
I prefer banter over pity any day. Fuck that pity shit off. I just want the banter. I want people to be yelling, "You're a loser, you suck," rather than being like, "Oh, poor United." Just like, okay, no, I don't want pity. I don't want empathy.
That's exactly how I feel. I feel pity for United, shit. And that's why I don't banter United that much because I actually feel a lot more pity for United than I don't feel any pity for Arsenal because. At a certain point, they were like,
pity for Arsenal. Don't worry, we don't want that pity.
No, we are not going to give you pity anyway. You are the
Arsenal
best,
fans are the loudest
young team in the world.
I know, and this
is
why
young team in the world, isn't it?
That's where the banter is because you guys are the loudest. It's like, oh my god, we 5 on the trot. We have the best young team in Europe, and it's just. You guys fall away, and you crawl back, and you fall away.
Imagine we win the league. Oh my gosh, social media.
Oh no! I'm leaving the planet. I'm leaving the planet.
That'd be a rave. I tell you that invent tsunami.
I'll give you a stream by yourself. You can do it by yourself. None of us will come there. To the stream, you can talk how great Arsenal is in the stream completely by yourself, Flo. That is a promise. If that happens,
and you won't hear from any of us ever again. I'm joking. No. I'm joking.
but
never say never. One thing I know in life.
One thing I know in life, Arsenal is not going to win the league. To be honest,
never say never, brother. Never say never. You'd be surprised. What at the year that you would not expect we will win the league?
No.
It won't be in my lifetime.
So.
No. You'd be surprised. Sooner than you think.
You know why I don't think so? I don't think you're set up to do it. That's the only reason. I don't think you are set up to achieve it.
We are changing. I don't know if you.
That's the thing. That is the
I don't want to go too much on this because this debate can go forever. But it all starts from the top. For any club who wants to work well, if the top is good, the bottom will follow. Our one. I think they understand better the mentality of football in Europe because coming with the American mentality you cannot win anything in Europe if you come with an American mentality. You got to lower yourself down, come back to where football started, understand the philosophy of it, and by the time it takes about probably 10 years for the Cronky, 15 years for the Cronky to understand that, and I think they understand that now. And you cannot disagree that we have built a small foundation now. We got a foundation.
I don't agree.
I'm going to say caution to that one because United thought that under Ollie, and it just turned out it was another clueless false dawn. Now I'm not saying Arteta isn't building something that's solid, but
I am not saying
if your transfers are anything to go by or your transfer links, they're unsure about what to do moving forward. So is there every chance that you're building this revival on quicksand and it could sink quicker than you think? Or on the flip side, it could actually be a mastermind stroke. But I'm leaning more towards the side of just be careful about how much you're trying to predict for Arsenal, because that could come back and bite you very quickly. That's
Oh, but
all.
I'll give you for instance.
It's to be proven wrong all the time. Our opinion cannot. I mean, I don't want my opinion. I don't want to. I'm not this kind of person who would say on social media, I want, I will stick to my word till the end. No, because I have been proven 1,000 times wrong over the years with results that you can never expect in football. This is football. Our opinion are to be there to be proven wrong. And I hope so. I hope that whatever I'm saying now will manifest and will happen sooner than 100%. I don't want to wait another 10 years, hopefully. But
100%. Like I completely agree where you're coming from, but this is where I don't see it happening. Right? We'll just take last year's season for an example. You guys thought that you were going to overtake Chelsea. Number one, Chelsea. We were having a weird year. No.
Nothing to do with Chelsea.
I am not talking. I am not going to talk. Wait, let me land. Let me land first, and then we can go. We all, everybody thought that they were gonna overtake Chelsea, but it didn't happen after the year that we had, and that's that, right? This was probably the best time that you could overtake us, but you couldn't. Tottenham Hotspur got Antonio Conte.
You know what?
And then they still beat you to the thing. Right? And they still beat you to the thing, to top four as well. And Conte is going to do wonders next season. I wholeheartedly believe that as well.
And Conte came in after what, 12 games?
He came in
something
after
like
12
that?
games. Exactly right.
I don't deny that. But do you think Conte is going to be? Do you think Conte is going to be there in the long run for Tottenham? No way.
He's not there for the long run.
He's gone
as well.
next year. I'd be surprised if he stayed another 2 years.
But that's the thing. Conte is not a long-term manager. They never. You don't.
He's not going to win the league. I mean, I don't care.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying about winning the league. I'm not talking about winning the league. I'm just saying, to be honest, I don't think. And also look at this, right? Manchester United, with the players they bought and everything that they had, they severely underperformed. Right? They severely underperformed. I think Josh could agree with it as well, because they were crap and they severely underperformed. Right? And that's another team that could beat you. And you played only one game a week as well, mind you. West Ham played 2 games a week, and they could do it as well.
Yeah, but
Leicester severely underperformed as well.
It's different. It's different. You may say all these stats. Yes, you got all these checklists gone. We got a young team. I know, like everyone say whatever, etc. But it does matter. We got a young team. We got a young manager. There's a lot of immaturity there. If there would be more mature people around, this would have never happened. What just happened? How the way we capitulated towards the end, it would have never happened if we would have some more experienced character.
No, I like see. So, I would like to see it, but
Arsenal relying on Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli. That's unfair. That they don't.
Can you just pop that twisted? Can you pop that twisted comment up again? I just wanted to address that quickly.
I will definitely pop that up, Josh. But I'm gonna say this onto your comment, Flo. Arsenal decided to do that.
That's business decision. They used a gamble that went wrong. But
but they decided to do that.
But what can we do?
No, but they decided to do that. And you think if they decided to do that, they're going to do anything differently?
They tried that gamble. That did not work. Now they cannot gamble.
No, maybe you're right. Only time will tell. But we got some amazing comments that is coming on through our YouTube channel. Mr. Twisted.
Head moderator, this is a good discussion point.
Conte will finish above Klopp next season, guaranteed.
I think there could be something to that.
I'm for it, and I actually believe that as well, to be honest.
logic tells me it probably won't happen, but there's that inside part of me that's saying I would not be surprised. Conte is a league master. I don't think he'll get above Pep. I think City are probably going to take it again next year, dependent on how Haaland performs. But regardless of that, I think there's that's true. There's this little part of me that's thinking if Conte gets what he wants past Perisic and maybe one or two more players that will actually help him play the style he's trying to adapt. We know what Conte can do. He's a serial winner. He goes in 1-2 seasons, bam, or 1.5 seasons more often. But I think there's a fair shout for that.
Look at what he did with Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean he tore the freaking place up, but he won you. He won your league.
He won the league plus an FA Cup within 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
With Pep and Klopp in the league as well. I'm just
exactly.
I want to say that it wasn't like Chelsea was a bad team. We just won.
Yeah, but that Chelsea team was still 3 or 4 times better than the Tottenham team he currently has, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna back Josh on this, on what you just said. Now, I think if Conte gets what he wants, then that is a challenge. If Conte do not get what he wants, because at the same time, don't forget, there's not many players. Tottenham do not have the same attraction as Arsenal and United or even Chelsea has, whether they like it or not. But there is a truth in there. The new attraction they have is they got the best stadium in the world.
And plus they got Antonio Conte.
And they got Conte and they got Kane and Son. People, and that's...
Yeah.
And they love that.
It's not a bad place to be honest.
It's not a bad place, but there's an aura. They haven't won for so many years. You know, you may complain about Arsenal not winning cups. That's true. We don't win the league. Yes, that's true. But we win every now and then. Something. So Tottenham is dead. That doesn't exist. So as a player, you get motivated from a team who, you know, you got to hope that there's a cup at the end of the season. And Tottenham don't, as a player, Tottenham. I mean, Mbappe had a nice interview with a Tottenham interview recently, and he was asked. The lady said that she's a Tottenham fan, and would he consider to move to Tottenham? The way he answered is like, no, it's impossible. Like, it's impossible.
Yeah,
it's impossible because they don't win things. You know, like, and players. Why players still go to Chelsea? Because you guys win things.
To be honest, Flo, I don't really take whatever Mbappe says very seriously. He decided to stay at PSG. I really don't.
No.
He owns Paris now. That was part of the criteria.
I just took a reaction from Mbappe because Mbappe is a top striker. A top player would not go to Tottenham.
A top player wouldn't stay at PSG either.
You don't know PSG.
Why would
it's
he
not
want
the
to
same.
stay? I mean, he could have gone to Real Madrid. PSG will never win the Champions League.
I mean, listen, it's a new form of football. You guys, Chelsea is the worst club. I mean, nobody from Chelsea can talk because you're the one who started this. So PSG just
but we still won the Champions League.
Wow.
But we still won the Champions League.
Who just went back.
Yes, but we still have the trophies to back it up.
Yeah, but not everyone is lucky. I mean, you guys got lucky. I mean,
we weren't lucky. We won it.
You won it, but it was great success. I mean, you're the only club who managed to do that. Nobody else did it at the end.
Maybe we are special.
I mean, that's what you think.
I don't think. We have the trophies to back it up.
What does Arsenal's European cabinet look like? Remind me how many trophies are in Arsenal's European cabinet.
I don't think in the position you got, you got Ronaldo, you got Ronaldo up there, and you see not even in the Champions League. Come on, so
next season.
Neither are you. Come to the Europa League.
We knew from the beginning we're not going to be in the Champions League at the beginning of the season.
No. In December we are making the Champions League. That was what was said.
No. Do not say it. Beginning of the season, has any Arsenal even
Oh,
fan thought that we will face
bro,
the Champions League.
I can tell
No,
you this for a fact, right?
Champions League.
Things,
But
no, things,
don't lie, guys. You are
every,
lying.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying at the
I
beginning of the
cannot. I don't
season,
want
a
to
lot
listen.
of,
No, but you're not gonna tell the
oh,
truth. Like
no, no, no.
you're just gonna go on the Chelsea mood. No,
No, no, no, no, no,
no
no.
Arsenal
At the
fan.
beginning
No,
of the
listen, hear me out.
season, every
Hear me
single
out first.
Arsenal
Hear me out
fan
first.
said
Hear
that
me
they are
out
not
first.
gonna make
Hear me
the
out
top four.
first. Hear me out
Right,
first
right.
because you're not listening. I said, Arsenal at the beginning of the season, no Arsenal fan or nobody, even non-Arsenal fan, had faith that we're gonna be in the top four. Yes or
Agreed.
no?
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
that was it. And that was it.
Yeah, but this is
We
where I
we did
disagree,
not have.
right? No, this is
Whereas,
where
hold
I
on,
disagree. At the
whereas United at the beginning of the season, everyone thought that they're gonna be competing for the league.
yes,
So
agreed.
where they are and where we are,
Yes.
we achieve our target. They haven't achieved the target.
No, you are right. I'm not saying anything against that. I think yes, you did. But at the
We
end
have
of
to
the
be
day,
realistic.
no,
We were not a Champions League team.
no, but Flo, you got to also understand your goals change within the season according to where you are as well. You do change your realistic levels on what you need to achieve. For an
Yeah, but
example,
what
if
you trying to
Arsenal,
do?
no, so
What
basically, if you're in
other
a
people
top,
try
if you're
to
in a level
highlight
where
our
you
failure? No,
no,
it's
but
not a
if
failure.
you're
We
in a
achieve what we
but
want
no,
to
if
do.
you're in a level, if you're at a stage where you can actually possibly achieve top four without going through all of this, you only had to win one game with all those games in hand. You only had to win one game,
Lucy, you think
right?
we don't know
And
that?
that
You think no?
it
You
was a
think we
no,
don't
it
know
was a
that?
realistic target. So if it was that realistic, I am pretty sure within the Arsenal board and Mikel Arteta and everybody who is out there thought to themselves, all right, our season's target needs to be top four now, because targets change, your goals change throughout the season, because if you are
I
in a stage that
agree.
you can get it, you
I
can do it.
agree.
So
I
in
agree.
that definition, yes, at the beginning of the season, everybody predicted that you're not going to make top four. However, if your realistic targets change throughout the season, and if
Okay,
you're in that
yeah, but
position to
okay.
not do it, isn't that failure as well?
No, that different type of target, and that's from the
No.
business. No, that is the point of view of the owner. Like, you're the business owner. The way you think and the way a fan think is different. We
So
got
okay, as
the
a business point of view, would you make more
business
money if
owner.
you make the top four?
How about that? You're not letting me speak. You just want to speak.
Right. Okay.
Kroenke, he's start spending now. Only like I can only go by what with the facts. 2018 was the day that they start owning Arsenal Football Club to 100%. You may disagree, but we're not Chelsea. We don't have the funds that you have. Okay, so we have to go from scratch. Don't get me. I'm not protecting them. Screw them. I don't like them. I want them to
No,
grow.
I actually disagree with that. Arsenal.
But well, the plan was last year in 2021 at that summer. It was not a short-term plan. That was a way plan. They knew that they had to come back to European Cup. The Champions League, it was in our eyes. We flopped it. So obviously, the things changed dramatically. But what I'm trying to say, and the reason why I stick to what I said, because at the beginning of the season, our achievement was just to get Europa League, and that's just one step closer to Champions League. We knew that this year we will have to suffer just to get Europa League because we were that crap.
Is that what? But that's what it comes back to my point, right? Josh, if you, I think I have said enough in the Arsenal matter, but Josh, yeah.
No, see, this is where I have issues. Like, United and Arsenal are on a fairly similar level when it comes to where our teams are after the fact of our best managers in our history, essentially.
Absolutely.
Now our clubs are big enough where we have enough money via merchandise, via fans, via game day, via whatever means to still compete with oil-rich clubs, because based on our success in our history, we are now self-sufficient enough to actually go out there. The Cronkies barely invest any of their own money out of their own pocket. The Glazers invest nothing out of their own pocket. It's literally the club's funds that dictate their transfer kitty minus dividends. So I can't get on board with this thing that these clubs can't afford players and targets, where essentially to me that's just the hierarchy saying, well, no, we just want to make sure our dividends, our share prices, our whatever are still intact. Now, that's a good point too. The eventual target is obviously to reach the top four for a lot of these, well, we'll say American-owned teams. It's just like that bonus money is enough to offset any sort of ongoing debts. So the way that's the issue I have, is that the Arsenal fans, the United fans, are so easily led on down the garden path because there's such high publicity around these teams. You know, we will see links to players every single league, every single team, it feels like every single transfer window. Now, it becomes a matter of trying to stay balanced when it comes to what you actually allow to excite you or not, because the PR that comes around these teams is huge. Like, I remember United celebrating, was it the TikTok World Cup for the highest bloody sporting organisation followed on TikTok. Now, this is all Woodward's time, so we're yet to see what happens moving forward. But
Yeah.
I was just thinking, why is this being celebrated when really it's just to generate more cash and more interest, bigger worldwide fan base. So on that basis, for any club with the history and size of, I'm going to say, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester United, Chelsea are in amongst there now, but the legacy side of things not as strong. But
no, 100%. I agree.
They're thereabouts.
But we are still creating history rather than having history, basically.
You now have enough body of work and time and consistency of trophies to say you have a history, and that was, unfortunately, for banter's sake, when Roman came in.
Oh, 100%. So I agree with you.
So yeah, but there's no way that these big clubs should be saying we can't afford this player, that player, that player. That is literally the owners dictating it, and the fans' expectations usually are changed as a majority. Usually changed by what the club are peddling, because you have enough positive publicity and PR and all of this stuff being shoved down your throat in all sorts of media. All of a sudden, you are, if you're not towing a line and not in the same mindset as all the majority of the people that are saying, oh, you know, Arteta's the next great thing, when so many people see so many shortcomings with him. And whether it's transfer policy, whether it's tactics, whether it's in-game management, whatever, I don't think Arteta's the man to take them back. But he's probably the man before the man before the man. So you need a next level up, say, same tier as Eric Ten Hag, to get Arsenal back to consistency. Now, I don't think Flo is too far removed from the truth there, but I still think that some realism needs to be put on it, is that Arsenal, United should be top four or very close to it every single year, based on history, based on finances, based on everything.
And that's how we grew up as well. We grew up like that. We always grew up with the similar club, you know, being at the top level, like, you know, are fighting at each other. The same way Liverpool and City are fighting for each other. We don't hear Arsenal and United anymore. And us as Arsenal fan here, Arsenal fan, United fan, all the big fan bases, because we are worldwide, you know, we are noisy. We are noisy fans because we are, the platform that the club have is unbelievable. And hence why we create more noise and more negative for Arsenal when we don't perform, more negative for United when we don't perform. It's atrocious.
And that's the reason why I say, at the end of the day, I don't think Chelsea has more money than Arsenal. One thing is, there is a thing called FFP, that stops us from spending unlimited amount of money as well. Even though we had
Yeah.
Roman Abramovich, Arsenal could spend that way. You did spend that way last season. 150 million, more than what Chelsea spent last season as well.
But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's all about timing when to spend. I think Arsenal spent at the wrong time. If they would have spent during the last few years of Wenger, we would have not been in that situation.
Yes
But
and no. I don't think
timing
it's so much about
matters.
not so much about the timing, because anyone can spend money at any time, but it's spending money the right way rather than because with like
that's
on
my
the
problem with Chelsea as well.
the back end, yeah. Well, the back end of Wenger, for example, he ended up Ozil and Aubameyang, or so technically, brilliant players and what should have been that next level to reignite the squad, but Wenger was just so far past it that he couldn't get a tune out of these guys. And then Emery and just everything that happened post Wenger, post Fergie, it's just been a mess. Now, as I was saying just before, our two clubs in particular have the money to spend. The owners choose not to. That's the main thing I was saying. And you can have, the best scouting department, you can have the best director of football, you can have the best this, that, and the other, but essentially it's the big blokes at the top that sign off on releasing the fees, releasing the funds, even though the clubs are doing it from their own pockets.
I'll give you boys for example, right? We've had an ownership change, right? Everybody knows about it. We've had an ownership change. And yes, the men's team, the transfer side of things is a bit slow, but I believe things will happen fairly quickly. The transfer market just happened, started off today, actually.
Didn't feel like it.
Yeah, it just started off today. And like people are thinking, or people are panicking that things are not happening and so on and so forth. The transfer market just opened up today. I'll tell you, as a club, I would never support another club. Why I would support Chelsea going forward is because it's not only about the men's team. It's about the women's team. It's about the youth team. It's about everything else that is within the club. The club has already signed two of the best female players out there, and one of them actually has won a Champions League with Lyon and was just announced today, a defender, and just came into the women's team. That is what a proper club does. It's not only about the men's team. It's not only about the youth setup. It's not only about the academy. It's not only about the women's team. It's about all of that in general.
That's a lot of money. That's what Abramovich has successfully done it, to be fair.
No, and that's what I mean. And he has put that
in every department.
He has laid that foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flo. Yeah, no, go on. You finish your point, bro.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, what Abramovich has done, he's laid the foundation. And I think his management style and his leadership has proven to be effective at the right time. And I mean, what Chelsea team for the last 20 years, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I can understand where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong, but where clubs like Arsenal and United comes. Post Wenger, post Ferguson, we're still trying to find our footstep or our identity. We lost it.
Yes.
Because it takes. We just realized it takes a long time. It takes ages to find our feedback. And when we do, look at Liverpool. It took them years to get where they are, and now finally Klopp has managed to gel it. Brendan Rodgers was a slip away from that. A slip away.
Yeah, Slippy G.
Away from that. So,
as I said, as a club, I'm not only talking about the men's team. As a club, there is a difference, isn't it?
Yeah, but as a club, your owner comes to almost every game.
He didn't get his visas for the past few years, but
he
tried to. He was there with us in spirit.
When he had the right to remain in the country, he was there more or less all the time.
Every game. And this is what I'm trying to say. I believe, like for an example, if somebody tells me that I'm wrong, that Arsenal's ambitions did not change from just this to just stay in Europa League positions when you had the chance to go to top four. I don't believe that. I believe definitely that their ambitions change. Definitely their
Ambition
goals change.
change, but like you work with two strategies. That you work with plan A and you work with plan B. And plan A was to be qualified for the European Cup. Plan B was Champions League. Plan B failed. We stick to plan A. Then we come back to plan A.
No, but
Sometimes football is,
it
like even like we like us, we try to analyze too much. Sometimes it's just simple. We did not. I mean, it's simple. Also, but we were calamity towards the end. We just had one game to win, or let's say one game and one draw would have been
would have
sufficient
done
enough
it.
would have done everything, but we dropped it, and that shows lack of character, because
Yeah.
that comes down to character and
But
mentality.
this all started back at the back end of Wenger, though. I mean, the fact that the expectation was always top four is good enough, rather
Yeah,
than
that's what I
being
mean.
let's win it. And then over time, Arsenal, while they went downhill when it comes to trophies, when it comes to ladder finishes, they're still thereabouts for the most part. But I'm no pro here, but the brand of Arsenal grew a lot bigger over the years post Wenger than, with the rise of social media and with all of these things going on. Listed them. I'm pretty sure they're listed on the American Stock Exchange and all these sorts of things. Like the club was generating more money for the owners. So in that regard, the initial expectations aren't as high up. So when it comes to, they basically they've got enough money coming in where they can buy some time to allow Arteta to go, okay, it's not essential that you finish in the top four, so we'll give you the time to build your squad and move forward with that. Now that might not be the case. That could just be so far removed, but in my view, that's how it feels like it's been, because for a while there, if you didn't finish in the top four, you would have got sacked.
Yeah,
or
and
same deal.
And wrong timing to give a contract to Arteta just before the London Derby game. Come on.
To be honest, I say this to all these other guys, and I just want to address Twisted's comment as well. Leicester's ambition was 40 points when they won the title. Things changed throughout the season, and that's exactly what I was trying to say as well. But I say this
what
all
you're trying
the
to
time.
say, what happened to Leicester? Hold on. It's a miracle. Miracle exists. It's a miracle. These
so
things
you
don't
saying
happen
that
all
you
the
need
time.
a miracle to win the Champions League?
No, brother.
Oh, definitely. Yes, I do. Peak Wenger, and you still couldn't get one. But anyway.
No, but Wenger never had a chance to invest. He was never had after once we moved to the Emirates, Wenger never had a chance to spend money. At one point, we went the season, we didn't even buy anyone. We bought only Peter Cech for free.
Yeah.
So this
I guess
where we were. I mean, coming back to
one
Twister,
season, you bidded for Luis Suarez, 40 million and £1.
£1. I mean that.
That was a joke.
That was. I mean, these were the downfall of Arsenal. The way we conducted business before, it was bad. It was really bad. But we can't dwell on our past. We can just live for the present and pray for the future.
Pray for the future.
And
that's what I'm doing right now.
And coming back to Twisted question, he asked if I would have wanted Conte at Arsenal. That goes without doubt. Without a doubt, I think Conte is unbelievably amazing. Top draw coach, proven now. Just Tottenham, what he's just done in Tottenham, what he done Inter Milan, Chelsea just before that at the beginning. Just that itself, it's massive achievement, and we have to give credit where it's due. Conte, he's a top draw. He's a better manager than Arteta. Yes. Is Arteta can he become one great manager? Yes, can become, but you got to have
We don't know.
We don't know, and it's too early to say. And because if you think about even Klopp really got his status only with Liverpool, because at Dortmund he didn't have the legacy of that he's the best manager in the world. Only now
Oh
once
no.
reaching Liverpool, so it takes time, like.
But people did want Klopp as well. Like he won the Bundesliga with Dortmund as well. Like he was a very hot property at that
Yeah,
time.
he went to the final of Champions League. He won once with Dortmund. He's always challenged. He was the only team challenging with Bayern. Yes, I give you all this accolade, but he was, to show that you're the best manager right now, you got to show yourself. Your showcase in the Premier League. And
To be honest, I'm not one of these people who says Klopp is the best manager in the world. To be honest, no.
No, Pep for me, Pep.
Easily. But also, in adding to whatever you guys said, with the season that Chelsea had this season, and if we had Roman Abramovich still as the owner, one thing I don't think the season would go this way if Roman Abramovich was still the owner, because we wouldn't have all the other outside nonsense happening. But if he was the owner and this happened, I believe Thomas Tuchel would have been sacked as well.
I don't think he would have been sacked. I think what would have happened, Roman Abramovich would have called the CEO, say, listen, what the hell are you doing here right now? Please sort it out right away. Speak to the players, speak to the coach, do whatever you got to do, but this got to change. And the pressure that he gave, just his aura, his behavior, he's Russian, he's cool. People are scared of him. Like he's an oligarch. People are scared. You don't want to mess with Roman Abramovich. When he says something, he means something. So the CEO, trust me, every person who works under him are shit scared of him, and he's like a mafioso. He's like like a gangster. You don't want to upset the gangsters. He's the boss. He give a message, and trust me, the players hear the message. And at the same time, he's one of them guys as well. And this is why he's great. You perform, you win me the Champions League, I'll give you $1 million each, or I'll give you $500,000 each. He does give bonuses like that. So so as a player, it rewards you. You want to win that game because the guy is there. But anyway, I don't know how you guys think for next year, but I think next year is gonna be another
difficult.
Another crazy season like we had this year.
Yeah,
I think we definitely need to revisit everything once the transfer window is done and have these same conversations, because then we'll get a better idea of how the squads are going to go moving forward.
Oh, 100%. And I think that brings us to the end of our conversation, to be honest. We started off with a team building thing, which took on a different path, which was quite interesting as well. Just some healthy conversation. It was pretty good. But yeah, this is our team that we had selected, if anybody forgot.
That's a killer team.
Look at this team. Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Ibrahima Konate in centre back. Kurt Zuma in centre back. Kukurea at left back. Kieran Trippier at right back. Rodrigo Bentancur at centre midfield. Christian Eriksen. Conor Gallagher. Woohoo! Chelsea. Emmanuel Dennis at right wing. Cristiano Ronaldo, no doubt, in right wing. Damari Gray at left wing. And Bruno Lage as the coach or the manager for the team. We did have a question before on this team. If you boys had to choose a captain for this team, who would you choose?
CR7.
You know what? I'm actually going to go against that. It's quite. You see, I'd love to say CR7, like he's a notorious winner, but I would. Who's that? That's my pick. I think it would be Eriksen.
I was thinking Eriksen as well. For some reason,
I would go Eriksen over CR7. I don't. The only time CR7's been a captain is for Portugal, unless I'm mistaken. He wasn't.
Real Madrid as well.
Real Madrid as well.
Are you sure? I'm sure. I thought it might have been not
No,
Cruz,
he was
Modric
before.
or
No.
I,
It was him.
Ramos.
Then Ramos took over after once he left.
okay. All right. Well, then
I
I
think
stand
it was
corrected. Yeah.
I think it was a mix between Ramos and CR7. I believe it was
No.
something
It
like
was
that.
100%. No, it was CR7. It was a mix between Marcelo and Ramos.
Ah, right, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But in this
But yeah,
team, we are gonna give it to
Hmm?
Ericsson.
I mean, Ericsson, he's a top guy. I love him. So I prefer
And
him over
plus,
Ronaldo 10
just
times.
imagine
Of course you would.
just imagine the emotion and the inspiration he would give in to the team as a
Yeah, I
captain.
mean, you've got Ronaldo, yeah, notorious winner, elite mentality, elite everything. But Ericsson is just like, for me, it's just he's come back from something very traumatic, and that's the sort of inspiration story you need sometimes, rather than just pure drive and elite mentality, which kind of got
Bullish
pop off. But
winningness.
anyway,
I don't know if you've seen this video clip of Ronaldo once they playing with Portugal, and they won a penalty shootout for the Euros or for the World Cup, and
he
Moutinho,
called João Moutinho onto the field. Yeah,
he called João
yeah.
Moutinho on the field and said to him, he didn't want. Then João Moutinho said, no. He said, listen, don't worry about it. Like, even if you miss it, so what? Be a man, have personality, have character, and that's leadership. You need to have that sometimes. And I don't know if Ericsson can do that.
Yeah.
That motivation, and just being. I mean, I don't know. Yes, don't me. Ericsson is amazing. Yes,
But
absolutely.
no, I think you are right.
We talk about Ronaldo. The best. I mean, he's a legend, a living legend, playing legend.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
So
Actually,
because he's a playing legend, definitely I'll give it for him.
Just as a quick side note, I'm going to jump in and quickly take over the topic, and then we can sort of bounce. But while we're talking about Ronaldo, I haven't heard either of your guys' opinions. The typical Ronaldo versus Messi. Who do you think and why?
I choose Eden Hazard.
All right, you're not in this conversation. What about you, Flo?
I'm just joking. To be honest,
Yeah.
I am not one of those people who actually chooses between either or. I just think of myself as being lucky enough to see both of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion on them. And
that's a safe answer.
That's very diplomatic.
No, it
we
is
all
more
do.
than safe. It is more than safe. Like, for an example, I believe like Ronaldo does different things because his role in the team is different compared to Messi's. Whereas
Yes.
Messi he plays in another different position, and his contribution to the team is measured in a different way. So that's how I look at it. Whereas, yes, if you go with a natural talent, it would be Messi. But Ronaldo does also have talent, but he has worked really hard to achieve it. And if it was, but if you hold a gun against my head and say, who would you want to choose? Heart says Messi, but brain says Ronaldo, because I like to always give something to a person who works harder. And his drive at 37 is simply incredible. And that's why I rate Thiago Silva quite a bit as well in Chelsea. At his age, doing what he does is incredible. And that's why I give a lot of credit to Ronaldo. And if there was a gun on my head, I would choose Ronaldo.
Okay. What about you, Flo?
I always loved Messi over Ronaldo. And I could be influenced perhaps because I got a lot of Portuguese friends, and especially some of them are United fans. So over the years of the growth of Ronaldo, I kind of learned to dislike him.
Yeah.
And at the same time, year by year, the guy is coming back somehow. So, and despite that, dislike him this much, I like him. But I think I'll go with twisted. Messi.
Hmm?
For me, is
Oh, fair
Messi.
enough.
For me, is
No,
Messi.
as I said, both are really good, but
Yeah.
But
it is
performance
what it
this
is.
season, no, Messi all day. Messi all day for me. But performance
Yep.
this season,
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, I mean,
Mbappe outshine Neymar and Messi in PSG. Like
yeah.
it's like they don't exist.
I like my points for both of them are exactly both of yours. Like, why compare when they're both in the generation where they're both being able to be seen at the same time?
Oh yeah.
Now, my bias always will put me towards Ronaldo, but it's also the fact that the guy has done it every league he's been to. Both,
Mm,
like both top scorer,
exactly.
like individual accolades, and but also not to mention that I think he adapted his roles across his career slightly more than Messi has. So
Exactly
he
right.
went from winger to what they now call the inside forward, and then he went into striker after Mourinho went to he was with Mourinho at Real Madrid, and then that's basically he preserved his career, hence why he's doing it this long. But
Mm,
yeah, there wasn't a lot between Messi and Ronaldo when it came to the raw talent, where
mm.
Messi is a lot more natural, as Twisted said, a more complete footballer.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
the hardest thing to do in that comment is also score that goal.
that's right. But that's where Ronaldo, when it comes to, like you said, gun to the head, Ronaldo only just takes it for me because he's just,
Oh,
as they say, mentality monster, and he's done it
that work
everywhere he's
ethic, bro.
gone. And now at his oldest age, at the twilight of his career, he's come back to the goddamn Premier League, which is probably 3 times faster than it was when he was there, 4 times
Mm,
faster, 5 times faster. And Messi's gone off for obvious reasons. He went off to Paris
yeah,
in
to
a
deliver
essentially what's
Uber
a
Eats.
farmers league, and
Oh,
Ronaldo's just banging it in for fun for the most part. So you know what? I know it's a cliche debate, but it's always good to get people's
Oh
opinions
no,
on it. So yeah,
it's a nice little question, but yeah, I always appreciate a good work ethic, and I always appreciate what it is.
yeah,
But I'm more or less like you. I'm just happy that I've seen both of them, to be honest, and that's basically it
oh,
with
quickly,
regards to it
while
for
we
me.
along with that, Messi, Ronaldo, legend generation. How about the new
Hmm?
generation, Haaland, Mbappe?
Haaland for sure. Mbappe is a pussy.
Oh, pussy, that's a
that was
strong
quick
word,
and
bro.
simple.
My
Yeah,
gosh,
Don't say
because
why?
that, Kurt. No,
no.
don't say that word because Kurt Zuma will come and kick you.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Mbappe is a coward. That's how I
Yeah.
see it, because
Why
you
covered?
need no because you need if you need to achieve, if you need to great success, if you need to be considered a legend or build a legacy, you need to move to either Spain or either you need to move to England, because those are the top two leagues in the world, no doubt.
That's your
When
perspective. Yes, that's your perspective.
it's
Mm.
not my perspective.
Is what people in football fans want. Okay, now that's two things. Him, if he, I mean, the reason why he remained at PSG is because he want to win the
The
Champions
money,
League, right? Money and
the
Champions League, yeah.
money.
Money and Champions League, both.
Uh,
Because he's getting money in Real
he's a
Madrid as well.
Paris. He's a Paris lover though. Like,
I mean, he's playing for his hometown.
No, if he was
No,
paying for his hometown, he would have accepted the contract offer that he got from PSG in the first place. He could have said, "Oh, I love this. This money is actually
no,
very good. I can still
no, but
stay."
okay. That I mean, it will be controversial, but without going, I mean, using the word coward, pussy, I think is unfair because I don't think you've heard enough of what he said and how he said it. Uh,
You can say a million things. You have an opportunity to go and play for Real Madrid, right? Do you think Real Madrid
me,
would come
okay.
again for him? I don't think so.
No, they won't, not now. That's for sure. But at the same time, he got balls to do something that no one expected him to do. That
You don't need balls to do that when you're getting paid over 100 million
no,
and owns a
he
bloody club as well.
no, but
Mbappe is unattainable now. Mbappe is unattainable for the rest of his career.
the thing
No,
is,
He,
it's
he's
not.
the
Is bigger than
no.
football. You know, that's for that choice, it was not a footballing reason; it was political reason as well. Macron, I don't know if you guys know that, but Macron, the French president, called Mbappe, and had a private chat with him. So it's his. I mean, he's like joining the army. He done a sacrifice. He sacrificed his career for his country at the moment.
What?
And this,
he's already a World Cup winner. What else does he need to sacrifice?
He sacrificed himself because he didn't want to play for PSG either. Don't get me wrong. Mbappe had enough. Mbappe had enough of playing for the French league. He wanted to come to play England or Spain. Point. Period. He always wanted that.
Yeah.
What could you do if he decided to go to Spain? What could they do?
This thing you would never understand because you're not in that situation. Like he sacrificed. He was trying to promote the French league and bring up players from other countries to come to the French league and make a better league. So his visions are different than what your vision and what most of the fan wants. Yes, even me, don't get me wrong. I wanted him at Real Madrid all day long.
100%.
100%. But I got disappointed when he chose to remain at PSG because I wanted him at Real. But that decision, I can't call him a coward or pussy because I wanted him there. I know what he has done in the background. I know, because from the French media is next. The way we see it, like he sacrificed himself, his career just for France. So that's massive.
I will never rate Mbappe again in my life, to be honest.
How can you not?
Really?
No,
you say Haaland, yeah?
No, I'll rate Haaland more because he actually made the switch to the Premier League. But I'll say at the end of the day, Haaland still has to perform in the Premier League. I will not rate Mbappe. One reason:
Mbappe, have you seen?
You don't even need to do much to win that league.
Forget about the stats. Forget about the stats. When as a fan, when you got a guy like Mbappe, does he not make you jump from your seat?
No.
What he does he not make you jump? When was the last time that you jumped from your seat over a skill?
When we won the Champions League, bro.
No, but that's win. That's not about winning. I'm not talking about trophy. As in the skills. It's not all.
When Kai Havertz scored that goal in the Champions League final.
Because I'm old school. I'm really old school. I grew up with football. It's in my DNA. And we grew up, the way we grew up with football is football, skill, knock back. Yes, winning is something.
What does all those nutmeg and skills get you?
But when you see someone do the sombrero, doing some skills, bro, that give me goosebumps.
But what does that get you at the end of the day if there is no goal?
You compare Haaland. What does Haaland, apart from
I'm not comparing them.
Power and strike and
no, but I'm not comparing them.
Credit to Haaland though. He is surprisingly mobile. He's actually got a bit of tech about him, and he's surprisingly quick for such a big guy.
Very quick.
But the only issue is his body is not developed enough to actually handle his physical attributes. So, on that note, I'm going to push on. I'm going to be the massive, shameless hypocrite because I preached hard work, but I'm actually going to say I prefer Mbappe because he is a technique monster. He reminds me of a street baller. Haaland is the hard-working one. Not saying that Mbappe doesn't work hard, but just in sheer hypocrisy, I prefer the eye test when it comes to Mbappe. I haven't seen enough to compare the two, so I'm not going to profess to be this big genius, but I like
the word that you use. You use one particular word that I love, street football, because people don't forget that every player, like we all play street football, and street football is different to 11-a-side football. Haaland, he came from 11-a-side football. He played on big pitch all his life. He hasn't played in street football the way as many guys in Paris, because like the history of Paris and footballers, we play football all day long, like from Monday, all day long for free. We don't pay. Like when I came to UK first, like when we had to go to goals and pay money for goals, I was like, what? I have to pay money to play football? For me, it was a culture shock. And over there, like we play all day. Football is like a religion as well. It's like Brazil.
Yeah.
So skills matters. Yes, stats matters, but skills does matter for street footballer.
I'll give you one example for skills matter.
Ronaldo.
Do you like Alan Saint-Maximin? Do you like Alan Saint-Maximin?
Look at the skills.
Yeah,
love
but
it,
what does he do?
bro. Sometimes it's not just about start. No, this is what I'm saying. I love players like
What
that.
is the most important stat of a forward?
But that's for you. That's for you.
No,
That's for
the
that's for
wait,
business. Okay, okay.
no,
No,
wait, one
you
second, one second,
No,
one
that's
okay,
second,
for
one
I
that's
second,
for
see
one
the
what you're
second, one
doing
club.
second, one
here.
second, one second, one
That's for
second,
the
one second,
club.
one
That's for the
second.
Ladies,
Wait,
in for as a forward is to create and score.
is that it?
Midfielder is primarily creating, right? And defender is to make sure the ball doesn't go in the back of your net. If you're a winger or a striker, the key thing is to at least easily assist or score goals. That's the metric to define a success. You can
yeah,
be you could be prime Messi in your dribbling. You could be prime Thierry Henry with your sprinting. But if you're not putting
exactly
balls in
right.
the back of the net, if you're not putting balls in
That's
the back of the net,
useless.
who's gonna remember you?
Why do we love Thierry
Does
Henry
anybody
still?
remember Adel Tarabt? That
Oh,
guy
I love
would
him.
tear it up for Q. That guy was tech
I love him.
personified.
I love him. I love him.
Yeah,
But
but
what did
what
he
did
do? A
Yes, but
handful of goals, handful of assists, and he's now off in some second tier Hungarian thing or something.
do you know why?
this
I
is
tell you why.
why I love
I
Thierry
tell you, no, no.
Henry.
Josh, let me
Everything.
answer
He
that
had
question.
everything.
Adam Tarab. Do you know why? These players are technically gifted, but they
Yes.
don't have the discipline. They got discipline. Street footballers got discipline issue. They don't diet nutrition. They don't take the nutrition on time. They go out
Yep.
party. There's too many friends around them. There's too many people they involve, and that's the issue.
Yes. Ravel
Whereas,
Morrison's another one.
oh my gosh, what about him? My God, Ravel Morrison, he should have been up there. He should have been a Ballon d'Or
Look,
guy.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. You can do a flick, you can do a trick, you can do a nutmeg, you can do everything. But if you don't score that all important goal, that's all useless at the end of the day.
No, because
Why
in
not?
20 years' time, 30 years' time, look now. We talking about Pele. We talk about Mario, Bebeto. Not because of people talk about Stoikov. I mean, I don't know if Barcelona striker Stoikov. And he what a player.
How
Boom, boom,
many
goal,
goals
goal,
did
goal, goal,
Pele
goal,
have?
goal, goal. But people I mean, if you compare Stoikov to Romario, people get more attracted by Romario football because he gives the same scores, but he got added value. The added value is skills. The reason why people follow football at the first place is to see beautiful football. That's the
Yes.
first, football was created for fans.
No, it
Now,
is. I'm not saying you're wrong,
now it
bro.
became a business. Now it became a business where you
But
create a
no
profile.
one.
It's like German, look at the Germany team. Why they're so successful over the years. They don't have individual players. They got only
No,
collective.
they have a team.
They got a
Yeah,
team.
they have a
They
team.
play
That's the
collective.
whole idea, isn't it? To win it
Okay,
as a
yeah.
team.
To some team, yes, but to team like France, you can't do that. France is based on individual. Brazil is based on individual. Spain is based on team. Italy is based on team. You got Argentina is based on individuals.
Mm.
And certain team do not. You got those star players, and that's why they got the Ballon d'Or. We talk about Messi. We talk about Ronaldo. We talk about R9.
Yes.
We talk about
So
all
do
these
you
great
agree
players
that
because
Messi getting the Ballon d'Or this time? Did he deserve that?
no, Lewandowski deserved
No.
No.
it.
So what does that argument hold? That doesn't hold any weight to
No,
me.
no, but that's different. That's not. But we know the truth. We know the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
at the same time, we can't expect Messi to win every season. They've been
No.
biased. I mean, the Ballon d'Or
It
has been
definitely
biased for
had to be
Ronaldo.
Lewandowski, in my
I mean,
opinion.
look at
But
over the years. If you look at over the years, the Ballon d'Or has been going only to players in the Spanish league. Not when was the last time we had a Premier League player who got the Ballon d'Or?
for me, I don't really care about who gets the Ballon d'Or, to be honest.
Ronaldo, I'm pretty sure. It was Ronaldo was the
Because
last time to get the Ballon
CR7,
d'Or
I
in the
believe.
Prem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But he was the last.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'll give
He
you for
was
an
the last.
example. I'll give you for an example, Flo. Right? So you got a team where all these players are coming in. The forwards are doing skills, but not scoring many goals. Right at the end of the day,
You gotta
end
have
of the day.
you gotta have a
Right?
mix. You gotta have a mix,
Right?
and it's always
But
nice to have a tropical player.
yeah, so you have all these skills and all these things that are happening at the end of the day. This is exactly my problem with Chelsea. We have everything, but we are not scoring the goals. So this is exactly my only thing is all good. And I'm not saying like I think we need to end the stream as well, because we've talked a lot about a lot of things. It's just uh it's
You know,
just crazy.
can I ask you something? Can I ask you both something? I just want to know if you have watched this when you were young or at a later stage. Captain Tsubasa.
Captain
can't
what?
remember.
Have you heard of Captain Tsubasa?
Captain Tsubasa.
Yes.
No, I
Never.
can't remember.
That's the anime football show, isn't it?
Exactly.
I
And
haven't
I
seen
tell
the
you
show
this,
itself, but I've seen a lot of glimpses.
I'm gonna say this: if you haven't watched Captain Tsubasa, you don't know enough football.
For me,
I tell you something, and I tell you why, and I tell you why. No, that's for the new players, and that's not for pundits but I'm talking for the players. Because if you want to become a great, you gotta watch Captain Tsubasa. You grow up with that.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
for me,
I
the
tell you
most
this, and that's
important.
why you got the Ronaldo, Romario, and all these players, because everyone live with that. Even Aubameyang, I mean, every player. I know the British players knows this. That's for sure. But it's just over the UK, they haven't broadcast this when we were younger. They broadcast in
Yeah.
other Latin countries. This was famous in Latin, famous in Japan. In Europe was very famous, but in UK, I don't know why, and I'm so upset why they haven't put it in the UK. But that program, that cartoon anime, will tell you why we sometimes love skillful players.
No,
You
I
gotta
mean
have the
I love
mix.
skillful players. I'm not saying that I don't
Not too
like
many
skillful
skillful.
players, but
One or two in a
for
team is
me,
good.
the most important skill that a player could have, a forward player in particular, is to score that goal, that eye for goal. And I agree. I think this all started off with that Mbappe situation. I agree. Mbappe, wonderful footballer, incredible. Is so good, but he he should have left. He needed to leave. This I can't take him seriously when he's playing for PSG, to be honest. At the end of the day, in order for me to take him seriously, he needs to win the Champions League with PSG, because PSG is a
How about winning
powerhouse
a
in the
World Cup?
French team.
Winning a World Cup is not good enough.
No, winning a World Cup is good enough, but we are not talking about it in a sense, because Erling Haaland
No,
is
but you
never
gotta
going to.
consider that. You gotta
Yeah,
consider that.
but at the end of the day, Erling Haaland is never going to win a World Cup with Norway, isn't it?
You never know.
No, be serious, Flo.
You never know.
Then no
Well,
way,
no,
Norway
I
is
mean,
going to win a World Cup.
okay.
Leicester won the league.
But on a probability basis, it's not going to happen.
It's
Pure
not
Miracle.
going to
probability.
happen.
Miracle.
But no, it's the thing. Like, I can only think of maybe in my lifetime two or three examples of exemplary technical ability, skills, tricks, beating a man,
Everything.
and scoring goals. And one of them is Ronaldinho. He was a complete
Oh, he was just
package.
immense.
Who?
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho.
But
He literally he lobbed the ball around for fun, and
he's
then
a god.
he could
He's a god. He's a lord.
he is the god of tech. The other one was, who was I thinking again? Ronaldinho, Thierry Henry.
I
He
also like that guy.
was
I don't know whether you guys remember Adriano.
Yeah,
yeah, but
Adriano.
he wasn't levels. He didn't have everything in his game. Not
He was a
really.
bullet and pacey.
Oh, I
Now,
loved
so
Adriano.
Thierry Henry,
Oh, yes.
Ronaldinho, and dare I say it, Leo Messi.
Oh, I like Gianfranco Zola as well.
If you
Zola was
watch,
very
Yeah,
tricky.
if you
Very
watch,
tricky.
that was.
but was he a goal machine though?
He was in for Chelsea standard at that time. To be honest, he was the first person to get a
Yeah,
hat.
but like when when I mentioned the three that I did, these guys are elite. They have everything that you want from a player in high regard.
Oh no! Like the
So
thing is, Zola would have
Henri, it
done
was
well. Zola would have
yeah,
done well if he had also a great team around him Whereas,
Of
Messi had a
course, but
great
that's
team around him.
yeah,
Ronaldinho had a great team around him. Thierry
yes,
Henry had a great team around him. But
I
in
mean, if you
Zola's
want to talk
era
about
of Chelsea, Zola
skill-wise,
was very, very good.
we can include, like Zinedine Zidane.
Zidane.
We can include Romario, Bebeto. We can include George Weah. We can
yeah,
include Tortellini, Zico. I mean that Patrick Kluivert.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Patrick Kluivert, to be honest.
Like even in Germany, you had not Oliver Kahn, the striker. Oh my gosh, I love him. He played for Marseille and Tottenham even. Like Jürgen Klinsmann.
Yes.
I mean, you had top drawers those days as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. These are
yeah.
Even now you got top players, but now it's more like like if you work with a manager under Pep or Klopp, for example, like
You have set roles.
The new football is different than the football they used to play. So like now you don't see players taking on players like that. It's very rare.
Yeah, but things evolve, isn't it?
Huh?
Things evolve.
Who?
Everything evolves. Like football has evolved.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if in 10 years they bring back a 4-4-2 and we're playing two strikers again. Like, I'm just saying, like, everything that comes new isn't technically new because it's been done in some sort of way, in some variation before in history.
Yeah.
So this high press, like, okay, this sort of high pressing, counter pressing that Ralph, for example, was trying to instill, that's just, in a way, that could just be a variation of tiki-taka football. Like, less one touch passes, but it's a high tempo. This high tempo football just has only so many variations of style, technique, plans. Like, you can sit there and go triangles and quadrangles and all this shit on the field, but essentially football is football. You all pass it around together, make sure the other team doesn't get the ball, gradually work it up the field, and try and put it in the back of the net. But try and do that more times than the other team, and essentially you'll win. Football's simple.
Exactly. But on that note, I think we all got to go as well.
Yeah.
It has been great talking.
That's nearly
with
been
you
2
guys.
hours. Oh,
It has been 2 hours. But I wish we could go on talking about these things for longer as well. Unfortunately, I know Josh doesn't like it. I need to go watch the footy.
The footy?
Wait.
Aussie
AFL?
Aussie, yeah, I love watching.
Oh, aerial ping pong, mate. Mate.
It's fun. It's absolutely brilliant. I love footy. Just gonna go watch Essendon hopefully try and win or lose like they always do. But yeah, in saying that, thank you, Josh, for joining us. Thank you, Flo, for joining us. We will have our Premier League team of the year. We will be streaming that on Sunday. Same rules as today. One player from one team. It's gonna be lit. Hope you guys can join us. As always, like, comment, subscribe to our channel. And hope to see you guys here on Sunday as well. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Flo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Josh. Have a good afternoon, evening.
You too, sir.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you, boys. Bye-bye.